This job listing posted 10 hours ago, along with this fact that the company put out, this is last week, 15 last and Sapphire installments were clinically driven, higher sample volume, along with the several recent news articles and studies and presentations and Sapphire adoptions that have come out recently, the WeHealth, the Wickham's, this study that was done right here, along with this one. All of these things together lead me to believe that the consumable revenue for BNGO quarter 2 is going to be way higher than expectations and blow the estimates out of the park. Simple as it gets. Now, that's one thing I want to cover today, along with the actual Twitter itself. They put out a couple different things today. We have the Alexander himself, the legend, the man, the doctor here, proving that the Sapphire is better than what Simon thinks it is. And, of course, neglecting of Sapphire's proven worth by Simon Barnett still going on, but respect to him, we're going to go into what he actually said today as well. He did reply to me finally. We also have Maxim Group sticking to their buy rating for Bionano, right? Not as big as the news as I think most people think it is, but we're going to go over that nonetheless, along with the Simon Barnett actually telling what's going on here. And maybe we'll go over a little bit more. We'll talk about more about our debate here a little bit more. And he obviously, he doesn't want to do an interview, unfortunately. And we also have a new filing today, right? We have 400 shares today, a filing that's this company now owns a total of 500 shares. No share change percentage, so it's not like they added or sold any, but we have a new filing nonetheless, along with the price action. I want to go over this and what's it looking like. And yes, it's a great day. It's a bullish day, and I think it's bullish for tomorrow. At least short term, the price action is extremely bullish because we consolidated after going up. I want to go over the details there. The price action, how many shares I added today, and I did add shares. I did add a double-digit number of shares. I want to go over my exact portfolio positions, starting off with the my hypothesis and conspiracy theory, almost not a conspiracy, but a theory on how the consumable revenue of BNGO for quarter 2 is going to kick ass. Manufacturing associate, right? What's so special about that, Brandon? Well, it's 10 hours ago, right? But if we scroll down here, and this is a new listing, right? 10 hours ago, as I said, production of consumables is the first primary duty and responsibility. These aren't necessarily ordered in number, but it's one of the most important responsibilities. I think you could say all of these are really important. Production of consumables, right? So why are they hiring somebody to produce more consumables? Is it because they just fired somebody that did this role before? I don't think so. And I say that because we've had a clear pattern and trend for the hirings for BNGO. It's hiring more people and listing more actual jobs here and trying to hire more people. And this is because of business expansion. I say it all the time. And in this specific example, this means that they have more demand for the consumables. Otherwise, why are they trying to hire somebody to subsequently increase the supply of the consumables? Now, it makes perfect sense if you look right here. The last 15 installments are clinically driven and command higher sample volume. Well, hey, we need more chips if they're going to be using so many samples. They're going to be running the Sapphire at such high capacity, relatively, right? Higher sample volume, clinically driven, more volume, higher volume labs. It makes sense why they'd be hiring somebody with that, which has a production of consumables as one of their most important responsibilities. The manufacturing associate. If you also pair that with this right here, you have samples right here, right? If you look right here, 52 hematological malignancy genomes. Now, we know every single genome that you analyze with Sapphire, you have to pay $450 to $550. So $500 times 52. Okay, you see what I mean now? You do the Sapphires, $175K times 20 Sapphire adoptions, if that's what we're going to get this quarter, which it looks like we may get something close to that, and you're already beating the expectations of $3.5 million for quarter 2. So I just want to tell everybody, and you also pair in this one, right? This one says, in this study, to my understanding, you're going to be looking at 204 human samples. For some reason, the text is really dumb right here, and it's cutting off, but 204 human samples. This was an absolutely huge study, and this is the one that actually happened yesterday. And this one as well. These both the hematological malignancy one and the chromosomal chromosomal aberration detection. Those ones were the constitutional chromosomal aberration SV detection by Science Direct. So these two, along with the WeHealth adoption, along with the Wickham's adoption, the US Leuven UZ hospital adoption, right? All of these are likely to increase and likely can explain the hiring right now for a manufacturing associate because there's so many people using consumables. We need more manufacturing of chips. We need more reagents. We need more consumables, and we're getting more consumable revenue given these things. I think it's evidence to say these things, but you pair these things together, it gives you a strong case to be made. And I hope I just made it in an articulate way. Very compelling case as to why we're getting a higher consumable revenue than $700K, which is my estimation based on my preliminary estimates and averages in the last few quarters. $700K is likely. I think consumable revenue is going to be better. Now, next up today, we have the short interest and why you should care about the consumable revenue being so well, right? because quarter two beats revenue in a huge way, we're going to go to $10. Okay, shorts will be burned. Now, talking about the shorts, short interest is basically the same on the day. You're looking at zero change essentially, right? We still at 22%, 61.1 million, and there's two different things you can say about this, right? You can say, well, the shorts they're not covering, they think it's going to go lower. That's bearish. Or you could say it's gone up. They're not covering. Maybe they're putting themselves in a vulnerable position with the CEO presenting next week and earnings on the horizon, right? You're looking at earnings coming in less than a month now, right? Almost, essentially 1 month, 30 days, 35 days. That's when earnings is coming out. So they're playing very dangerous game, in my opinion, I guess, or some people would say, I would say that, with not covering at all and not taking any profits at all since we started. I mean, we were down 5% today. Did any of them cover? Not really. Okay, you're looking at basically the same amount of return shares as borrowed shares. They're barely even returning any more shares than they are borrowing in the aggregate, right? We're still looking at 61 million shares sold short. 61 million shares are out there right now sold short. It's like, who is holding these positions? These guys are putting themselves in a dangerous position, in my opinion. Is there going to be a short squeeze? Everyone people think I'm the short squeeze shill guy now, right? I'll say this: if earnings hits and it's 5 million or even 4 million or 4.5, 6 million, whatever it is, if it's 4 million or higher, you better bet your ass there's a squeeze chance and possibility. Absolutely, 100,000%, man. This is not negligible. This is not a negligible number by any means. In any case, shorts will be covering if the revenue kicks ass, like it will. Even if it matches expectations, we're still getting a 200% year-over-year growth, right? And that's expected, sure. But many of these guys are specifically shorting BNGO because of the fact that the revenue sucks. They think the stock sucks and the company's going to go zero because they're not making any money right now, and this is a fatal flaw by them. And I think once they see that we're actually making 200%, 150% year-over-year revenue growth, and we're projected to just increase that over the next 5-10 years, they're maybe going to think twice about not taking profits when they're right now still in the green. So to ape language there, I'll just say short interest is still very high and shorts did not cover today. Do with that information what you will. Next up, I want to go over this doctor right here tweet. So another manuscript in which we can show the power of long-read technology to identify hidden structural variants. Now he's talking about this one, PatBio Hi-Fi with optical genome mapping to find an insertion, right? A structural variant type, to my understanding, that standard assays or standard tests or ways of scientific ways of looking at things missed. And it's good to see that Bionano is still looking, and not looking, but being more used with the hi-fi of PatBios. And the reason for that is because we don't want to necessarily make an enemy of these other sequencing companies, because we're largely complementary to them, right? We want to have for every PatBio machine, we want a Bionano machine as well, and that would put us at a insane market cap. Okay. So it's great to see another doctor yet again prove that the Bionano Sapphire does have a use, and it is being used with PatBio, and here it was, and it found stuff that the standard assays missed, like simple as it gets. Now, also, if we look at the tweet, another tweet here, check out what this person has to say about two publications using optical genome mapping. Now, this was yesterday, but I love that the Twitter of BNGO and their marketing team just continues to give stuff, to put stuff out and try to increase the knowledge and the awareness and the amount of people that actually understand the technology. And I think this is a great thing you can do. We also had this tweet right here, which is old news. This is the cancer thing that we had a while ago, but it's great to see that they're still marketing and doing this great stuff for us. Now, the Maxim group stick to their buy rating. There's a lot of things about this article that is just stupid. I mean, I'm not good at math, but I believe that math is wrong. Also, if you look right here, McCarthy expects BNGO to incorporate to post earnings per share of 4 cents in the hole for the third quarter of 2021. Well, hold on a second. We're in the third quarter, but it just started. They're going to expect, we're expecting quarter two earnings reports coming in. It's like, what are you talking about? We're not in the third quarter, man. I don't know. This is why you have to be very careful with the analysts and journalists. They don't know what the hell's going on. These guys are talking about the third quarter. Okay, we're doing this, the second quarter earnings report in August. Like, we're not even close to getting the third quarter results. I don't know what. Anyways, the current consensus is an average price target of 11, 14 to 10 is the high and low. If we look down here, there's nothing else. Okay, it says Jason McCarthy is currently ranked with 5 stars. Average return of 33%, that's not bad. And then he is bullish on BNGO. So it is what it is. Take it for what it is. Take it with a grain of salt. Those analysts don't know shit half the time. But also, this is the Simon Barnett thread. So essentially, He said he's extremely limited on public interviews and cannot discuss specific stocks and companies for compliance reasons. If he doesn't say anything, any inside information, if he doesn't say anything like that, I don't know why he can't go on. But anyways, we can't. I guess we can't do that. But I do want to talk about what he actually said here earlier. This was today. So I was talking about. I asked him how so, right? I told him this patent protects nano. I'm talking about the nano nozzle, and this person said I'm afraid this limitation is being severely overstated. And then Simon Barnett, I asked how so. He's saying. Yada yada. He's saying nanopore read lengths are inexorably growing, and this has no relevance to what I said, right? Here's the fact for you, Simon. I'm sorry, not to be disrespectful. I like Simon, right? I respect his courage to actually talk with me on Twitter and go back and forth with some random guy. I really appreciate that. But what I will say is that this has nothing to do with what I'm saying, in my opinion. All right. The main limitations in nanopore sequencing, that's not what this is, okay? Yes, they've been working on this for years, but guess what? No one has ever successfully added nanopores to nanochannels. No one else in the world has nanochannels like we do. That's a fact. And if we were able to successfully do this invention, who knows what they will be able to find once this invention is complete? No one knows. And acting and pretending like this shit doesn't matter, it's absolutely, I don't understand it. And, you know, I'm hoping that he actually looked at the links that I sent him, right? I sent him this, right? I'm hoping that he reads over the quote and actually what the science and technology is behind this. I'm not an expert. I'm not a scientist. I don't claim to be. I don't, you know, I try to do my best to understand. I have a basic understanding, but it's pretty simple shit. You know, I mean, we're talking about adding nanopores to this stuff. It's never been done before. It's never been done before. So how do you know what it's going to be? How do you know that it's been severely overstated when we don't even know what kind of innovation this could be, right? According to the CEO, it may be a key step to solving one of the main limitations of nanopore sequencing, right? That sounds innovative as hell to me. I don't know about you, but with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the filings. So 13F today, 400 shares of this institution, $5. Okay, no one cares, right? If we look at if I do a premium FinTel, you're welcome. The effective date was what? June 30th. Okay, file date was right now, June 30th. They had 400 shares before, but now they still have 400 shares, and the average share price is this, so it changed. I guess that's the only reason why their shares have just stayed the same each time, but yet there's new filings, because I don't know why, because FinTel is stupid, because I don't understand. But anyways, yeah, they still have 400 shares, so nothing has changed there yet. It's a new filing. So there we go. That's cool. That's a new filing that people were talking about, right? It's in the news, right? But talking about the price action. Now, consolidation in a bullish trend, like after you go up, it's bullish. Okay, there's no other way to say it. Now, talking about the macroscopic price action, I don't hate the setup right now. I actually love this setup right now. And the reason why is because we just got the bullish flip on the stochastic indicator on the daily. And I'll just say very quickly that every single time we've been this oversold on the stochastic indicator, a little bit lower than where we were, right? When we were at like 580, right? When I bought 30 shares, and we're going to talk about my actual order. I'm going to show you my order there. Every single time we've been there, we've gone up at least 20% in the next few weeks. And usually we actually typically go up like 70% in the next few weeks. I'm not saying we're going to go up 70%. I'm just saying that, you know, typically we went up 100% there. We went up 30% there. We went up 90% there. We went up, what was that? That one was probably 20 to 30%. Okay, so it's like, yes, every single time we're in this scenario, when you go oversold in the daily, you go up a ton after that. That's as simple as it gets. Now, I also want to look at the 4-hourly RSI and stochastic indicator as well for you. We're still not even neutral, okay? We're still lower than neutral. We're at, what, 445 on the relative strength index in the 4-hourly, right? On the daily, you're literally closer to being oversold as well. And on the 4-hourly stochastic indicator, you're still got plenty of room to go. So I still think short term we've got plenty of room to go. Does that mean we're going to go up for sure? No, of course it doesn't. But, you know, we still need to break over the descent resistance. We need to make a new high. We need to make a higher high, and you know we need to stop downtrending here. You know, if today was a great step in that direction, and a step in the right direction towards the true value of the company. Now, are we going to continue to go towards that true value of this company, or are we just going to keep going farther away? I don't know, but what I'll say is that if we were to go up, the technicals are not going to stop us because we're not really overbought on any time frame whatsoever. And the news and the upcoming catalysts, like the CEO presenting on July 13th and earnings in August, August 11th or 12th, these are catalysts that we could see pre-anticipatory running up towards. If you want to hear my probabilities, I recommend you coming into the streams one day. But with that being said, I want to show you the portfolio and get the heck out of here. So there's the filled order, right? So I've been adding a ton of shares, right? I mean, I added at 592, 30 shares. I added at 625, 634, 649, right? 160 shares in total right there yesterday and today. And I'm very glad I did, obviously, as, you know, the price, you know, we went literally down from going down 7% today all the way to being closing up over 4%, right? 4.3%, right? It's a beautiful day. And on a day where we actually outperform most everything else, and with the Russell down, the Nasdaq down, everything, a lot of stuff is down today, and we're outperforming everything almost. It's a beautiful day. And with that being said, there's the entire portfolio right there. It's all BNGO. Literally 100%. Please feel free to support the channel in any way you can, for the reason of all the money that I make from YouTube is literally going straight back into BNGO, and the more people that see this channel, the more people that are bullish on BNGO. Next time, once again, $100 price to our check the must know BNGO information place if you want to know more about that. But with that being said, thank you all so much. It's not financial advice. I will see y'all in the next one.